of the 1%. These are the guys who can't stretch to a McLaren P1 or Porsche 918, but who don't want to be stuck with one of the same entry-level supercars that their lawyers and chiropractors drive. All together now, won't somebody think of these multimillionaires? McLaren has, with the new 675 Lieutenant. The $350,000 plus sticker is still some ways short of affordability for most of us, but it looks like an outrageous bargain next to a $1.15 million McLaren P1. Because after driving the Lieutenant both on the track and on the road, we can confirm that, despite costing less than a third as much as its hybrid sibling, it's at least 97% as exciting to drive flat out. The rolling example of overcompensation. One obvious problem to start: you can't actually buy a 675 Lieutenant, at least not from McLaren. The entire global production run of 500 already has sold out, with fewer than 180 of those likely to come to the United States. And those fortunate folks will find themselves owning what we predict will be one of this season's hottest automotive tickets. The 675 Lieutenant is a spectacular example of overcompensation, the lightened and tightened response to the criticism that was leveled at the original McLaren MP412C's relative lack of excitement. The 650S addressed that to an extent, but it's the Lieutenant that shows just how far the common mechanical package that underpins all of McLaren's current model can be taken in the direction of sweaty-palmed thrills. Nobody will ever accuse it of being too refined or dynamically aloof. Indeed, it's probably slightly more exciting than aerial combat. Lieutenant stands for long tail, the reference to the evolved version of the McLaren F1 that was built to keep it at the sharp end of 1990s sports car racing after rivals responded to its first surprise victory at Le Mans. Despite that, the 675 Lieutenant is barely any bigger than the 650S. Its length grew by only 1.3 inches, although it does have a redesigned back end and that irresistibly motorsport-grade polycarbonate engine cover. This and the other exterior modifications have mostly been done to improve aerodynamics, with more aggressive diffusers front and rear as well as new end plates on the front bumpers steering air into a new side channel. We're told the 675 Lieutenant produces 40% more downforce than the 650S and significantly improved engine cooling. The biggest visual difference at the back is the arrival of twin, howitzer-grade tailpipes made from a titanium alloy that turns blue after hard use. The quest to trim weight has brought out McLaren's innate tendency toward obsessive compulsion like nothing else. The claimed total savings are an impressive 220 pounds versus the 650S coupe, and that's come by shaving mass from what is already the lightest car in its segment. Yes, there's more carbon fiber, but you've got to like a company that switches to titanium wheel bolts to save 1.4 ounces on each one, a cumulative reduction of just 1.8 pounds across the whole car. The 10-spoke, forged aluminum wheels are also 1.8 pounds lighter total than the optional lightweight ones on the 650S, and the carbon-framed seats save a combined 33 pounds. Both air conditioning and an adjustable passenger seat are no-cost options. The only way you'll get the lightest possible 675 Lieutenant is by foregoing both. Not that the cabin feels like the hermit's cave you might be expecting. There's more carbon and micro-suede, but otherwise it feels very similar to that of the 650S. The only noticeable equipment loss is the disappearance of the door-mounted climate controls. Those functions are now handled by the central touchscreen. The instrument display and central console are the same as in the 650S, with normal, sport, and track modes for both the suspension and powertrain settings. There's also a new dynamic mode for the stability control, as well as the option for the brave, foolhardy, and well-insured to turn it fully off.